Mm-mm-mm. Aloha and welcome back, shifters, light guardians, dreamers. Thank you so much for joining. This is another one of our inspirational team tarot broadcasts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining in for the party, because that's exactly what this is. This is an opportunity for us to be able to come together as a team, to be able to practice receiving additional insight and inspiration from the universe by working with the cards. So for those of you who are joined in live in this moment, thank you so much. Drop an 1111 in the chat to be able to let me know that you are here. And again, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, please feel free to click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. That's the primary chat. And we're going to get right into our first reading in the next moment. We just want to be able to confirm that we got at least 10 people tuned in on YouTube. So once we got 10 people tuned in on YouTube, what we're going to do, we're going to get right into our first reading. I'll give you an introduction. I'll explain to you how we do this. And again, this is a team reading. So when we do this, this isn't just for a reading for one individual person at a time. Every single reading is a collective reading for the team. So it's really, really cool. So you can stick around for one reading, you can stick around for a bunch of readings. And just in the process of doing so, let this be an opportunity for you to be in a place not only where you're receiving awesome messages, but you're also in this place of like a really cool group of people and a really awesome team. And I really mean that when I say that. So thank you each and every single one of you for being here. Thank you, shout outs to Merlady. Thank you to Universe. Thank you to Julia, Morphic, to Johnny, and to Starlight, and anybody else, Michelle, joining in on the YouTube as well. So again, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, click the link in my profile to join in on YouTube. And the YouTube chat is where we'll be conducting the first what do we even call this, mini game? The first mini game to choose who we're gonna have help facilitate our first reading. So we got 13 people in the chat on YouTube, so we're ready to go into this. So again, I'll give you a brief introduction. First of all, if it's your first time here, drop a 333 in the chat. And for those of you who are regulars, please feel free to welcome some of the new people who may be connecting. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're doing tarot reading, but we're also building a team of shifters, a team of light guardians, people who are actively helping assist with the shift in consciousness through acts of creativity and compassion. So that's a really cool thing with the readings that we do with these broadcasts, which we've done like, I don't know, a million of these so far, maybe. When we do these, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work with the cards to be able to deliver a message to you in the context of the community that we're building. So this is going to be like hyping us up as shifters, hyping us up as light guardians. It's a really, really cool way to be able to build and pump things up within the team. So for those of you joined in on TikTok, click the link in my profile to join in on YouTube, especially if you want to be involved with the mini game to be able to help facilitate the first reading. So what we're going to do a little mini game here, and then additional readings we'll continue to do. And then if people are signing up for the Patreon, they get to facilitate the next reading. And part of what we're doing here, in addition to doing the tarot readings, is also inviting people to be able to join on the Patreon. And again, Patreon is where you can contribute to support not only the work that I do, but also the wider community with a monthly micro contribution. Patreon is a really cool website. Anyone can make a Patreon. You can make a Patreon. I help people make Patreons, conscious creators. And again, when you join on Patreon, you get access to our private conscious community for conscious creators, conscious media creators, and leaders. You get access to be able to join our on-air weekly team podcast, access to me as a conscious media creation coach, just really, really cool things in general to be able to help support you by being a part of this really amazing team that we got going on. So if anybody's ready to sign up for the Patreon as we do this first reading, then we'll go right into that next reading as soon as possible. And as you can see, we're currently at 172 on the Patreon. And shout out to our recent Patreon supporters. Shout out to Justine, Rob, Merlady, and Jennifer. I'll post a link for that into the chat, and you should be able to see like a button on the YouTube in the top corner that you can click it at any moment. And if you're thinking of signing up for the Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat. All right, I'll mention the Patreon as we go, but for now, let's get into this first reading. So for those of you who may be here for the first time, when we do these readings, this isn't so much like a fortune telling. It's not like me trying to predict the future. It's using the cards as a mirror for us to be able to see more of ourselves. And what we do as a team, we do a little meditation first, and then we collectively set this intention of show us what we need to see. So in a way, this is again kind of us using a form of divination to be able to connect with the collective hive mind, the oversoul, the voice of the universe, however you want to think of it. This is a really, really cool way again for us to be able to have a mirror, for us to see more of ourselves, for us to be able to think thoughts that may spark new ideas, that may shift paradigms, and all do my best to be able to help facilitate and channel a message for you. And what we'll do, we'll walk you guys through meditation. We're going to pull a card, and then I read from the book, and then I extrapolate on that based I kind of like channel additional hype and I just hype you up. That's what we do. We hype it up, but we also talk about what it is that the card addresses. And as we're doing the readings, I'll get you guys to drop in affirmations into the chat. And when you see or hear something that resonates with you, drop an 1111 in the chat. And now for the mini game. What we're going to do, this mini game is for everybody who is in the YouTube chat. So only for the people in the YouTube chat. So for those of you on TikTok, you still got a little bit of time to be able to jump over to the YouTube chat, and the link for that is in my profile. So go ahead and do that. What we're going to do, we're going to pick one person to help facilitate each reading. And again, if they sign up for the Patreon, then you can be the next person to facilitate a reading. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a number between a bracket. I haven't told you the bracket yet, so don't guess your number. Some people do that. They're like, I'm going to give you a number, and they're just like 1111, like just like right on it. So I'm going to give you a bracket, and then you guys in the YouTube chat, only the YouTube chat. So TikTok, your counts, your guesses are going to count when you join on the YouTube chat. Links through my profile. And the reason for that is because the sync's different, so it's not fair if we use two different chats. So what we're going to, sorry, babbling here. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a number bracket. You guys are going to get 3 guesses. First person to guess the number helps facilitate the next reading, and I'll walk you through from there, and then we'll just go from reading to reading. And yeah, sometimes these broadcasts go for like, goal wise right now, we're at 172, working towards 175. We're going to reach, the objective is to reach that 175 tonight, and we'll see. Man, if we can get like 178 tonight, that'd be dope. But we're aiming for 175. So let's aim to get that first Patreon sign up. I would say by quarter to 10. By quarter to 10. So we got about 25 minutes to get that first Patreon sign up. All right, okay, let's do this. And for those of you in the YouTube chat, yo, Psyche, thanks for joining in. Psyche's one of new people who are tuned into the community. Welcome, Psyche. So I'm gonna give you a bracket. Once I give you the bracket, you can begin making your guesses. You have 3 guesses, only enter them 1 comment at a time. And after, if no one's guessed it, then I'll tell you guys that you can make more guesses. You guys got this? Okay, let me pick the number for you. Okay, the number is between 200 and 230. The number is between 200 and 230. Leave your guesses now, 1 guess at a time, 3 guesses each. First person to guess the number will be the first person that will facilitate our first reading for tonight's Inspirational Team Tarot readings. All right, and as the numbers start coming in, there's like a delay, right? So as the numbers start coming in, I'll do like my auctioneer voice. Is that what this is? It's kind of like an auctioneer voice, and it's also kind of like a race announcer voice. So drop those comments into the YouTube chat, and here come the numbers. We've got Iceberg dropping in with a 221 to lead out of the gate. Julia dropping in with a 228. Joel dropping in a 227. We've got Autumn following up with a strong 224. Merlady dropping in the 224. Dandelion dropping in a 211. Psyche takes the lead with the victory with a 213. The crowd goes wild. Okay, so you guys can stop leaving your guesses now. Psyche, who I literally just gave a shout out to like less than a minute ago, got it with 213. So congratulations to Psyche for getting it. And again, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. So Psyche, let us know when you're ready, and let's get ready to help you, to have you facilitate the next reading, the first reading. And everybody here, like you guys, we're all going to help facilitate it. You'll see what I mean. All of us do like a little meditation, collective intention setting. It's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. Sweet. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining in. Let's hear a nice round of applause for Pisces Psyche, who that's like some classic cosmic law of beginner's luck. If we're trying to define it, you know, there is such a thing. I feel like that's actually a thing that a lot of people like, you know, it's like beginner's luck is actually like a cosmic law where the universe is just like, let's just like help boost their morale. Let's just like make sure this works the first time, you know? Like shooting a ball from like half court and you get it the first time, be like, whoa. So congratulations, Psyche, you got them skills. All right, team, let's get ready to move into this first reading. And again, when you guys sign up for the Patreon, again, you'll facilitate the next reading. Plus, you also get to choose from the additional deck that we have. So we also have the Lightworker Oracle deck. So once we get the first person signed up for Patreon, then we can use this deck, which has some really cool messages. And the alternative is the Ananda Tarot deck, which is what we're using right now. So let's go ahead and get that Patreon sign up. Like I said, let's aim to get that first Patreon sign up by 9:45, so in about 20 minutes. So if you guys are a fan of my work and you want to connect further with the community, go ahead, check out that Patreon. Contributions only processed on the 1st of each month, so even if you sign up today, nothing comes out until September 1st. And it's not only a really cool way to support the community, but it's also a really cool way to support yourself. So go ahead, it only takes about 5 minutes to set it up, and I'll give shout outs as we go. And let's reach that 173. And in the meantime, let's get right into our first reading. Yes, thank you again, everyone. All right, Psyche is ready. What I want you to do, Psyche, and for everybody here, join me in dropping into a little bit of a meditation. So when you're ready, go ahead, close your eyes. Just take a moment here to connect with your breath. Everybody here, just take a moment. Just step away from the chat. Just allow yourself to breathe. You can put your hand on your chest, and as you breathe here, we're just going to bring ourselves into this place of gratitude. A little bit of a sigh if you need it. Things have been moving pretty fast. Now's a chance to just kind of slow down. Give yourself that permission. And as you're in this space, for everybody here, just bring in this frequency of gratitude. Gratitude for the team, gratitude for the messages we are here to receive, gratitude for yourself for showing up. Gratitude to me, gratitude to the collective. From here, what we're going to do as we carry this gratitude, we're going to focus our intention on the intention of show us what we need to see. So Psyche, I want you to focus on that intention as well as everybody else. Everybody else, put forth that focus. Show us what we need to see. Us being the individual, us being the collective, us being the team. And so I want you to focus on that intention. I want you to speak it with your heart, speak it with your mind, speak it with your words, speak it with your soul. And now, everybody here, keep focusing on that intention. And Psyche, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to take a few more breaths. And when you listen to your intuition and you feel ready, type now into the chat. And at that moment, we'll split the deck and we'll pull the card. For everybody else, go ahead and gently open your eyes and type in your wizard noises into the chat. For those of you who are new, you'll see what I mean. So leave those wizard noises in the chat. Type it out as best as you can. And I'm just going to charge the deck here and we'll wait for that now to drop in and then we'll split the deck. And so, my friends, here we are once again, taking part in this journey that never truly ends. For above each mountain, there are new heights to be found as we expand our reach beyond the clouds and we fly oh so high into the sky where we can see that which has been hidden inside, the truth of what we are here to do, the truth of what we are here to be, as Pisces types now into the chat. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's me reading your guys' sound effects. Shoo, shoo, shoo. The card that we have pulled. All right, the first card that we have pulled here tonight for the team, for anybody listening, if you're here, this card is for you. This message is for you. First card that we have pulled for tonight is Spheres number 8. So go ahead there, I'm going to show that to the camera and then I'll explain to you just kind of like the visual aspects of it. Again, for those of you on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile that way so you can like see the main camera. And I'm going to open up the book here. We're going to read from the book and then from there I'll get more into the details. And again, we're just going to keep moving from one to the next. So again, if you're here, this message is for you. This is a chance for you to just be able to hear what comes through in this moment. So, Spheres 8. 1 second. Okay, here we go. All right, okay. So I'm going to explain to you what the card literally is, and then we're going to read from the book, and then I'm going to channel some additional information. Let's work on getting that first Patreon sign up. I'll see it as soon as it comes in. So again, if you guys enjoy my content and you're in a place where you can afford $11 a month or any amount, please feel free to check out the Patreon. And as soon as we get that next sign up, that next person will lead the next reading. And again, if any other Patreon signups even want to increase their pledges, then you guys can also choose if we want to do from the Lightworker Oracle deck. All right, let's focus on this reading. And for everybody here, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Reminder, there's 10 people on TikTok. Click the link in my profile to join in on YouTube. That's where the primary chat is. All right, as I'm reading this, Once I get to the reading, drop 1111s if anything resonates, and drop affirmations. Like, comment affirmations, it'll help you remember everything. Okay, so explaining this card visually. Again, for those of you on TikTok, go watch on YouTube, or otherwise the camera's hard to see twice. Okay, for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to show it to you first. Okay, so this is like a super dope, interesting visualization for a card. See, I just need to show the details for YouTube first. You can see this sphere kind of floating, and it's kind of like just floating in some sort of city, but underneath it, these patterns kind of look almost like computer technology, even though I don't necessarily think it's supposed to be. It's just kind of like some sort of geometric shape. But you can see it's kind of like got these like very interesting hexagonal patterns to it. So again, I'm just explaining literally, and you can see the 8 spheres. There's one big sphere in the middle that's got the reflection upside down, and there's like little spheres, but the big spheres actually go all the way up to the moon. So you can see it's like planetary bodies that are the other 4 spheres above that metal sphere there. And then in the background, you got some like really interesting buildings, kind of looks like something from the Middle East or even just like ancient times. And then in the top, you can actually see, this is very subtle detail, there's like puzzle pieces. You can see there's like puzzle pieces, and then there's puzzle pieces that are missing in the corner as well. So again, that's just me literally explaining it to you. Now let's read from the book and let's dive a little bit deeper. Thank you again, everyone, for hanging out as I do my best to be able to entertain and inspire you. No pressure, no pressure. Keep hyping me up. I need it. No pressure. No, it's all good. Drop a 333 in the comments if you're new. We got like probably like, I don't know, probably like 30 people tuned in right now. So you guys are awesome. For those of you on TikTok, click the link in my profile. Join in on YouTube. All right, here we go. If you're here, this message is for you. Shh, drop into the space, even listen with your eyes closed. Be present. 8 of spheres. The image. The 8 spheres of different materials hover equilaterally before fantastical architectural background. A sphere of crystal rises from their midst. Through the inner understanding by which we create things and opportunities in our environment, we gain the ability to give without having to receive. I'm going to reread that again, even though it's literally the first sentence. So, through the inner understanding by which we create things and opportunities in our environment, we gain the ability to give without having to receive. Existence on the material level simply represents a denser form of higher ethereal existence, where the giver and the receiver melt into one. The development of intuition, compassion, and creativity, as well as the ability to realize these materially, are the result of the refinement of higher soul qualities. The power of realization in this world of material form increases so much that man, as a soul being, lets his love for all living things blossom. With this, the outer world sets the measure so that man's strength of character and his newly found abilities can be put to the test. 1 second here. Okay. Just gonna go back there. With this, the outer world sets the measure so that man's strength of character and his newly found abilities can be put to the test. On the material level, we have the possibility of very deep learning experiences, and by means of our creative power, we can bring things into reality that are bigger than we are. In crossing over our own limitations, extreme staying power is necessary at times. Finally, the result is a new territory of experience, which the untiring pioneer spirit captures. Astrological significance: Venus, Uranus, Mars, square and semi-square aspects. Keywords: unfolding of present talents, development of inner value, compassion, creativity, strength of character, symphony, use of creative powers. Traditional meaning: blossoming of work, talent, openness for learning, growth, stable increase of riches, endurance. Okay, all right. Just give me 1 second here before I dive into this. Okay, so this is a hype card. Like, this is like a pretty hype card to be able to receive first thing off the bat, and definitely with like the relevance of what it is that we're doing here as a community of conscious creators. This card is like all about conscious creators like doing what they can and being wizards to be able to help change the world. So again, I'm going to go over here. I want to be able to read a couple things here again. The development of intuition, compassion, creativity, as well as the ability to realize these materially are the result of the refinement of higher soul qualities. The power of realization in the world of material form increases so much that man, as a soul being, lets his love for all things blossom. With this, the outer world sets the measure so that man's strength of character and his newly found abilities can be put to the test. So this is really interesting because this is about like really beginning to shift your relationship to the world around you and being able to kind of approach it almost from this idea of play, almost from this idea of like seeing the world as your sandbox, to be able to understand that like the values of compassion and the values of creativity are what is needed right now, not only to just be able to help like lay the path for like our own creative growth, but to also to be able to invite others to be able to step into more of their own strength of character, to be able to not only like develop, but also to be able to reflect on their own deeper inner values. So this card is about really being able to sit with the idea of understanding that like your creative gifts are something that you are here to do, and creativity is going to look different in every single person. And I think that's something where like a lot of people, they probably struggle with that because they're just like, I'm not creative. Like I'm just not a creative person. Like I've heard people say this, but the fact is that you are a creative person because it is in your nature to be a creative person, because what you are is an extension of raw creativity. Like you literally are creativity embodied, or at least you can think of creativity as something that moves through you. So what can you do to be able to like change your physical world to be able to help create the channel for that creative flow? And this is again like really interesting because this is like a lot to do with what I've been working on growing here with the community, is building a community where we support each other as creators to get good at creating the material landscape to harness the flow of our creative expression. So for example, if you're just like whoa, like I don't like feel like I'm doing anything, but in the back of my mind I feel like I have a lot of creativity, like what's happening there? It's almost like this creativity is like hitting a dam. But what could happen there? Maybe that means like, again, you know, like getting yourself like a sketch pad and getting some markers and getting some pencil crowns, starting with something that maybe you haven't done in a while. Maybe it can literally, again, just be like using a journal, because it's through the process of creative expression that we actually begin to learn more about of ourselves. Like you might think that it's just like, oh, if you like make a bunch of cool videos or write a bunch of cool articles or do any sort of cool art, you're reaching other people and you're changing lives and everything like that. But essentially it's like your art is also a gift to yourself, because in the process of you creating, you actually begin to like level yourself up as a creator and as a channel for more of that creativity to come through. So it's like the videos you're making now, like especially for those of you on TikTok, are like practice for the videos that you're gonna make in like a year from now, that you're gonna make in 5 years from now. So this is a very interesting card where it's like using that kind of like inner ambition and connection with the future to step into the purpose of developing our creative powers, to create the landscape to support our creative powers. So that means giving ourselves the tools, again, giving ourselves the modalities, giving ourselves the support. That's where like community is super, super important. Giving ourselves that ecosystem that's going to support the expression and the practice of our creative abilities on a fairly regular basis, because the consistency of it is really, really, really important. And then again, it's through this process of creative expression that we continue to become more of our inner character, that we continue to develop the strength of our character. We literally like level up our abilities as if it's like in a video game, right? It's like, oh, I never used to be good at poetry until I started writing poetry, and then I got better at poetry, because you actually like level up in terms of whatever it is that you do. Whatever you do more of, you get better at, you know, or whatever you do more of, you continue to do more of. So if you start doing more art, you're going to keep doing more art. So again, existence on the material level simply represents a denser form of higher ethereal existence, whereby the giver and receiver melt into one. So this is really going into that idea of like the Buddha nature when it comes to our art, of understanding that like when we give with our art, we are essentially giving to ourselves. That is such a powerful idea. And I think that's something for, again, with what we're building, this community of shifters, for leading members and everybody, again, you know, it's being able to understand that the work that you're doing, yeah, it's great to be able to receive like support and financial support and everything like that, but the work that you're doing is something very sacred. It's something where, again, you're literally like giving to yourself. You're giving to other parts of your being. And when you do this, for some people, you know, like the idea of thinking like, okay, if I'm going to do this for someone, what am I getting out of it? The only thing that you should be hoping to get out of it at the very least is, again, just kind of like the knowing that your actions are making a difference in someone else's life, and that continues to inspire you to ripple that even further, which ripples it into someone else's life, and then they ripple it into someone else's life. So it's kind of like this like perpetual infinite landscape of paying it forward, which in turn pays it back. So when you give, you receive the connection, you receive the experience, you receive the relationship, you receive the karmic value sort of thing. So I think for the creator in all of us, it's important to be able to understand that essentially at your nature, you want to be able to give from this abundant place of not even having to ask of anything in return. But at the same time, it's important to be able to have that balance of creating the ecosystem where you can actually be like materially supported and continuing to be able to give. So with this, I would say like my own kind of thing that I would mention is, as we're continuing to give, make sure that we're holding balance within the expansion of our heart chakra. So balance your heart chakra opposed to just like giving to the point where you empty your cup and then you can't take care of yourself. Like we've all been there, right? So if you can find a way where it's like a perpetual cycle, which again, for people in the community, like the fact that like the Patreon that I've been building can work for me means it can work for any of us. And that's again a big part that I help teach like other leading members in our Patreon, is how to be able to build their Patreons, because you deserve to be able to be supported in the value that you have to provide to the world. And that's one of the most important things. Just wrapping it up here again, you know, this is about the blossoming of our talents, the blossoming of our work. And through this process of blossoming ourselves, you know, think of it as like the pine cone expanding, the lotus expanding. Within you is the seed. It changes the world. Like it is what is needed right now. The world needs more people who are creating conscious content. The world needs more people who are using art to plant ideas and to shift paradigms. The world needs people who are acting from a place of compassion and courage, and who have that ability to kind of like continue this ongoing cycle of being present and being pillars. Like that is what is needed in the world. We need more of that. And again, if you're tuned into this broadcast, you're already there. Like you're already like in that ballpark. This is exactly what we are doing as a team, creating this space for us to be able to support each other as a community. So again, just wrapping up here, this card is just a really, really cool card, where again, you know, it's about being able to kind of like surpass the limitations of our mind in terms of being able to acknowledge the value that we may not think we actually deserve, and to understand that we actually do deserve to be able to be supported in the gifting of our work so that we can continue to gift, which in turn helps the collective blossoming of others. But a big part of that is through changing the relationship that we may have like with the material world, but creating it in an ecosystem where it's going to support us. So again, this is like, it's kind of akin to, again, the inner entrepreneur, the inner architect in all of us. So in crossing over our own limitations, extreme staying power is necessary at times. Finally, the result is new territory of experience, which the untiring pioneer spirit captures. So this is about being a pioneer spirit. We have to do this. There's those of us who are here creating content and pushing new boundaries. Like we are pioneers right now. We are vanguards right now. So I appreciate every single one of you for, again, being supporters of the community, whether you're directly someone who's an active creator, or you're someone in the community who is supporting fellow active creators. Like that is all equally important. So thank you again, everyone, for continuing to support. And again, the sphere aspect of this, really reminding us as we conclude this about the importance of really being able to connect with our emotions, really being able to connect with our intuition, really being able to connect with our compassion, our creativity, our inner values, and the strength of character again. And I love that symphony, like creating a bigger symphony of all of us coming together as creators and using our creative powers. So this card is like a really great card that kind of summarizes the archetype of a shifter, which is again exactly what this project is all about. So that's probably why we received it when we set that intention. So okay, leave your affirmations down in the chat. Let me know if this hypes you up. Drop an affirmation to confirm that you heard this, just to be able to like tell your body that you got a message out of this. So like an affirmation would be, I am here to use my creative gifts to help inspire and serve others. That's my affirmation. So go ahead and leave an affirmation. Spheres 8, beautiful card to be able to start the night off with for our first reading. So good job, everyone. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll just take a brief intermission here as we get ready to move into our next reading, and we'll read some of the affirmations on screen, and drop those 1111s if you guys enjoyed that. As I bring the energy, it's dude, like seriously, these broadcasts, like I've been doing them for a while. It's a practice in itself. Like me doing this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a form of creative expression. This is a form of like sacred space holding. This is a form of like energy exchange. So I appreciate you guys like being a part of it. All right, team, we're keeping an eye on the Patreon, looking for that first sign up as we get ready to move into the next reading. So again, for those of you who are here, if you guys are ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead, leave a 555 in the comments down below, and I'm going to post a link for the Patreon in the chat, and you can also find that in the YouTube info. And for those of you on Facebook, I can't see your comments right now, so jump over to YouTube, but I'll be able to see your comments afterwards. And if someone's ready to sign up for the Patreon, we'll give it a minute, and then that person can help facilitate the next reading, and then from there we'll get right into it and just continue to flow. So let's work on getting that next Patreon sign up as soon as possible. I would say before 10 p.m. and we'll keep an eye on things. And if someone's ready to sign up for the Patreon, it only takes about 5 minutes to sign up. And again, when you sign up, you can also get discounts for super cool items from the shop, such as the beautiful Light Guardian crystals. Choo. What is it? Is it like a tool from the future? Did aliens make it? Is it from Atlantis? All of the above? Is it actually like an ancient microcosmic version of Excalibur? Was it made by Merlin? Who knows? But you can get one for yourself. Sign up for the Patreon and get a discount when you order these through our item shop, or just order them normally. So no, seriously, they're pretty dope. Thank you to those of you who have got your Light Guardian crystals already. All right, let's read some of those affirmations. Starlight says, I am here to share my gifts with the planet. Pisces saying childlike and pure. Absolutely. A lot of, again, like childlike energy here. Johnny Bloom, giving without receiving. I just gave a brand new air conditioner to my girlfriend's kids instead of returning it to the store the other day. Good for you, Johnny. I honor the power within me. I honor myself. Beautiful, creative power. Awesome. All right, just getting caught up on the other comments here. Thank you, everyone, for leaving your affirmations. I am here to hype my fan and the collective because we are awesome AF. Thank you, Morphic. You're doing it. Merlady, I am a pioneer of conscious creators during this time shift. Beautiful, Merlady. You absolutely are. Guys, go, Merlady, when you get a chance, post your content into the team chat. I just love for the other creators to see what you're doing. Merlady's got some really cool content on TikTok. All right, any other affirmations? Go ahead. I think we got caught up on those, but any other affirmations, we'll read those as they come in. And so again, team, what we're going to do here, we're going to hold space and get ready to move into our next reading. Again, if you're ready to sign up for the Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat. Let us know. And you can find the link through my profile. For those of you on Instagram or TikTok, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. And for those of you who are ready to sign up for the Patreon, you can help facilitate the next reading. And you'll also let the reading that you can choose from, it can also be a Lightworker Oracle deck reading, or a team tarot reading with the Ananda tarot deck. So whichever one you prefer. And yeah, let's get ready to move into that next reading ASAP. And we'll do one more as soon as we either have a new Patreon sign up, or we'll just get right into it. And then we'll keep an eye open for that next Patreon sign up as we go. So Silomon, welcome. I am grateful to express, experiment, and experience. Beautiful. Awesome. Joyous, thank you for jumping in from Facebook. Awesome. Hey, thank you, Chris, for saying that I'm one of their favorite TikTokers. Yes, thank you. Hold that with pride. Chris, if you're on TikTok right now, go ahead and click the link in my profile to join in on YouTube. We're just going to get right into our next reading. So again, team, if you guys are ready to sign up for the Patreon, it only takes a few minutes to be able to sign up for the Patreon. And again, when you sign up, that's a monthly micro contribution, and when you join there, you get discounts for the item shop. You get to join as a leading member in the community at the $11 a month or higher, which gives you access to our private community space for conscious creators and leaders. And it also gives you access to be able to join our on-air team podcast, which we do Thursdays at 8 p.m. EST. And it also lets you facilitate the next reading. But again, the readings that we do, they're collective readings, so they're for everyone. And this Thursday's team podcast is going to be really cool. It's going to be a conscious open mic jam. We've done a bunch of these in the past, but it's going to be like live poetry and even like song and comedy readings. So really cool stuff. All right, I'm just going to post a link for the Patreon down in the chat. Let's keep an eye on that, but let's get right into our next reading and keep the momentum going. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in. For those of you tuning in on TikTok, click the link in my profile to join in on YouTube. For those of you who are on YouTube, let's get ready to do our next mini game to be able to see who's going to facilitate this reading. And Psyche, thank you again for facilitating the first one. Let's work on reaching that Patreon goal tonight, guys. Let's work on reaching 175. We're at 172. When you're ready, go ahead and sign up for that Patreon. Help us reach that next milestone. And thank you again, everyone, so much just for adding your energy, adding your support, holding the space, and being here to be a part of the team, building the team of shifters. All right, team. We'll keep an eye on the Patreon, and once that next sign up comes in, we'll go right into the next reading after this. All right. Okay, if you're ready for this next reading, drop an 1111 in the chat. And let's get ready to do this. All right, okay, so I'm going to give you the instructions. I'm going to give you a number. I'm going to give you a bracket between a certain set of numbers. For those of you in the YouTube chat, this only counts if you're in the YouTube chat. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, click the link in my profile to tune in on YouTube right now. You're going to take 3 guesses at what the number is, and the first person to guess the number will be the person that facilitates the next reading, and only type 1 guess at a time. Pretty simple. And then if you guys need more guesses, I'll let you get more guesses. Cool. All right, well, that first reading was pretty cool. I'm excited to see what the next reading is, and I'm excited to do some Lightworker Oracle deck readings. So let's get that next Patreon sign up, or again, any of the Patreon supporters, if you guys want to increase your pledge, go ahead. And I'm working towards reaching 200 by the end of the month. So like, it's going to be a busy month for me. Like, that's my goal, to reach 200 by the end of the month. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot of these readings, and you guys can sign up at any point. All right. Okay. Here comes the bracket. Okay. The number is between 170 and 200. The number is between 170 and 200. Leave your guesses in the YouTube chat now, one at a time. And as those come in, I'll do my announcer voice. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. So again, for those of you who are on TikTok, click the link in my profile. Make sure you can join it on YouTube. The guesses only count if they're on YouTube. That's just because we have to synchronize the guesses, so it's fair. Okay, all right. Numbers are going to be coming in any second. And here come the numbers. Julia starts it off with a 174, followed swiftly from the next person with a 173 by Starlight. And we've got Merlady dropping in a 183. We've got Pisces dropping in a 177. And we've got the next number coming in at any moment now as it's coming around the corner, 171 by Jaws. Keep going, team. You guys can make those guesses a little bit faster. Johnny drops it in with a 170. And Psyche drops in with a 185. Who's going to get it? This is going to be a close one. They're getting closer with every single guess. Who will it possibly be? Go ahead, you guys can drop those second and third guesses if you haven't yet. Looks like Pisces, you still got one more guess. Go ahead, team. For some reason, the guesses have stopped. Maybe everybody tripped and fell down. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully, more guesses come in any second now. Here come the next round of guesses. Oh, and Silomon lands it with a swish with a 182. Congratulations, Silomon. Silomon actually got it. It was 182. So congratulations, Silomon. Thank you so much for being here, for adding your support. Silomon's also one of our Patreon supporters already. And for those of you in the YouTube chat, you guys can ease up on the guesses, and please feel free to congratulate Silomon, who has an amazing YouTube channel that I would encourage you guys to check out. So cool. All right, Silomon, let me know if you're ready. And again, let's get right into this next reading, and we'll keep an eye open for that next Patreon sign up. Again, when you sign up for the Patreon, don't just think of it as like, I have to spend money. Think of it as like, yo, I'm pumped to invest in myself in a community that I vibe with and that I want to be able to support. So again, think of it as less like me asking for money and more like, yo, this is an invitation for you to be a part of a super dope team because I think you're worthy. So let's keep building that team. Patreon sign up only $5 or $11. Join at the leading member level, and we'll do the next reading for the next person who's ready. to be able to sign up for the Patreon. And if you're ready to sign up for the Patreon, it only takes about 5 minutes to do that. And you can find the link in the YouTube info in the top corner, and also in my profile link for those of you on Instagram and TikTok. And drop a 555 in the comment if you're ready to sign up for the Patreon today. All right, Silamon is ready. Let's get ready to do this. Okay, so for everybody here, drop into that quick meditative space. So go ahead, straighten your spine, relax your shoulders, open up your chest. And as you listen to my voice, gently just begin connecting with your breath. Soft, gentle inhales and soft, gentle exhales. Just bring yourself into the space of gratitude. You can put your hand on your heart. Gratitude for yourself, gratitude for the team, gratitude for me, gratitude for the messages we are about to receive. Collectively, focus our attention on the intention of show us what we need to see. Us being the collective, us being the team, us being the individual. And so focusing on that intention, show us what we need to see. I want you and everyone, Silamon, to speak it with your heart, speak it with your mind, speak it with your words, speak it with your soul. Silamon, take another moment here, listen to your intuition, and when you are ready, type now into the chat. And for everybody else, go ahead, drop those wizard noises. Let's see those wizard noises in the chat. And Silamon may be a little bit behind on the recording, but that's okay. Let's charge the deck and get it ready as Silamon catches up. Here we go. Leave those wizard noises in the chat. And oh, what mysteries we shall see as we continue to allow things simply to be, unfolding through this infinite journey of eternity. And so as we listen to the beat of the heart, we allow ourselves to be present within this now, for that is where we start. I'm when I make that noise, that means it's a card that I'm excited about, obviously. So, okie dokie. All right, the card that we have pulled, the next card, this is the next card for the team, is card number 2, the High Priestess. Check that out. Foosh, 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 goo, loo, woob, 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 woob. Read your guys' magic noises. Check out that card for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, the High Priestess. So again, I'm just going to open up the book, read a little bit more about it. Let's keep an eye open for that next Patreon sign up. Let's get that next Patreon sign up as soon as we can, and then that way there won't be any sort of delay between this reading and the next reading, and we'll build some momentum, and we'll keep doing as many readings as we can tonight, and we'll get as many Patreon signups as we can tonight, and let's reach that 175. Sign up on Patreon, the link's down below. And yeah, thank you again everyone so much, and especially thanks for the fact that you listen to me repeating things sometimes. It's for the greater good. Let's do this, team. Let's hype it up. Let's read some tarot. All right, so if you're here, this message is for you. Let's go through this one, and we'll keep an eye open for that Patreon sign up as we do. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, now is a great time to click the link in my profile so you can watch on YouTube and see me talking to the camera properly. Otherwise, it's hard for you to see both. All right, okay. The High Priestess, I'm just going to show it to the YouTube camera first. Visually explain the card. What do we got here? This is a beautiful image, and you can see this is what appears to be a woman, though the figure is very, very androgynous, though obviously in the sense of High Priestess, we can assume that this is a woman, a female. And they're standing there with this glowing orb in their hand, kind of standing with this forest in the background and mountains kind of like around them with this beautiful kind of color. They're also very translucent, and you can see like a little orb floating just at like their mid-waist point. And they're almost in like a half crescent of the moon. You can tell it's very kind of Photoshop-y style blending going on of them kind of like emerging out of the 50% opacity moon. You know what I'm talking about. And again, just the look on their face, very serene, just very much connected with this higher source consciousness, this wisdom, this internal peace, this serenity. And yeah, super dope card. I love the imagery there. So again, I'll show it to those of you on TikTok and Instagram so you guys can see it too. And let's talk a little bit more about this. So again, if you're here, this message is for you. All right, team, let's go through this message. And again, let's get that first Patreon sign up. I'd say by 10:15. 10:15. Let's get that first Patreon sign up for tonight. And again, if you haven't checked out the Patreon, you can do that as you're listening to the card. Only takes 5 minutes to sign up. Help us reach that goal. Let's do this. All right. Number 2, the High Priestess. The image. In a shadowy landscape, a veiled female figure rises up from the darkness into the light. Meaning, as with the magician, in whom we meet the extroverted male yin principle, we find the corresponding opposite in the High Priestess. While the magician's male energy is directed from the inside outward, the female yin principle is directed from the outside inward. The connection to the inner aspect of being conveys a deeper insight into the mystery of life. Drop an 1111 if anything I say resonates with you, and leave some affirmations relative to what's being said. A natural understanding of far-reaching connection in the circulation of nature is a major feature of female intuition. While the male principle uses the characteristics of conscious, rational thinking, the female principle is given the ability of subconscious perception. The perception of the subtlest of current lends the ability to register influences that are just beneath the surface and transform them into inner images. Sensitivity and intuitive knowledge paired with the creative strength of fantasy build the foundation for world creation that arises build the foundation for world creations which arises from the depths of our dream world. It is the strengths of the soul that are lent to this figure that breathe things into her life and make her ready for a future existence in material worlds. While purely logical thought impulses are marked by soberness and clarity, with sensitivity they obtain the necessary flexibility to be able to intensify in the vibrational fields of matter. Contrary to the concerns of daily consciousness, the High Priestess lets us notice the needs of our soul, which are just below the surface. As symbols for subconscious feelings, dreams, and ideas, the key to our own being is found in their meaning. Astrological classification: Moon, Mercury, Aries. Keywords: power of the subconscious, creativity, anima, sensibility, perception, hidden knowledge, intuition, sensitivity, female archetype, duality, ungroundedness, depth of feeling. Traditional meaning: introverted, knowledge of nature's secrets, subconscious intuition, female power, perception, and sensitivity. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Okay. So this is a super beautiful card, and again, this is a super powerful card to receive, especially like after the card that we got before this. So again, the card that we got before this was 8 of Spheres, and one thing that's actually really exciting for those of you who may be new is that when you stick around, you'll actually notice that the cards begin to like complement each other. So like one card will kind of like lead into the next card in terms of painting a bigger story or expressing a larger narrative. And so with the other card being a lot about, again, tapping into that creative spirit, tapping into that creative archetype within us for the purpose of altruistic service, this card is specifically referring to the creative process, which is more so oriented by the yin principle opposed to the yang. So again, the yin principle is being able to focus on the inside, to focus on the subtle details, to be able to pay attention to the subconscious, to pay attention to the dream space, to pay attention to the patterns in nature, to pay attention to the subtleties, to pay attention to the patterns. You know, that is where the inspiration comes from. That is where the messages come from. As we're doing this, we got our first Patreon sign up. Thank you so much to Crystal. Crystal, thank you so much for signing up. Crystal, if you're in the chat on YouTube, go ahead and let us know. And for those of you in the YouTube chat, let's give a nice thank you to Crystal once they're in the YouTube chat or we find out where they are. All right, let's keep going through this and we'll keep rolling through. So, so again, this card is a really powerful card, which again, I think goes hand in hand with being able to connect with that soft part of our heart that is very intuitive and emotionally based that a lot of people don't really get encouraged to do. a lot of people don't even often connect with this part because they're constantly distracting themselves. They're constantly looking to the outside. And so when we begin to change our relationship to the outside, you actually realize that the inside gets louder. You actually realize that the voice on the inside is less obstructed by the static and noise of everyday distractions and of everyday fascinations. So I think what's really interesting with this is being able to see it as a way of being a messenger for the soul, a messenger for spirit, a messenger for nature, a messenger for the dream space, and understanding that that is something incredibly important, because this is where a lot of our knowledge of who we are truly comes from. And one of the things, and you guys tell me whether or not you resonate with this, when it comes to the journey of awakening, a lot of it, I don't think of it so much as learning something new as much as it is remembering something that's already inside of us. So in that sense, it's a very powerful way to be able to learn simply by sitting and listening from the inside out. So instead of being like, oh, okay, like I need to, like have someone teach me all of these things, which is great. That's a great way of being able to learn. Again, it's another way of being able to learn by being able to sit in front of a tree and ask yourself what knowledge you may already have about the tree that's inside of you, to be able to like ask the tree, to be able to speak through your heart, to be able to tap into that inner knowledge that is inside of your heart. So it's a really, really powerful process of remembering. Just as I move on here, I'm just going to keep, again, just kind of like channeling some stuff here to pump you up. We got another Patreon supporter. Thank you so much, Joyous, for supporting on Patreon. Joyous, I do want to be able to confirm, I know you are brand new. The readings that we do here, they're not like relative to specific questions. So Joyous, I would encourage you to even just reread the Patreon and confirm that you're signing up because you want to join as a leading member, opposed to just for the reading. And also know that the contributions on Patreon is a monthly contribution. So please just confirm with me, double check if that's something you're interested in, and then we can go. But again, I don't answer specific questions for the readings, but I'll explain more as we go. So again, and thank you nonetheless. All right. So again, with this card being a message in itself, this is a very powerful card that's encouraging us to be able to practice listening, to practice listening to the inner voice, to practice listening to our creative skills that may be very quiet, yet have a loud message to be able to share. Because that is something that I think the world, again, continues to need right now. Whereas a lot of the world right now is very logic oriented, is very, again, kind of like this right brain male sort of dominant hierarchy, where we are always looking at things from the analytical side. But what we need right now is more of that intuitive knowledge. What we need right now is more of that intuitive wisdom. What we need right now is to be able to be ambassadors for the hidden knowledge that is within our heart, to be ambassadors to the messages that come forth through our intuition. And again, one of the things that I think more and more of you are going to continue to become aware of is the idea that intuition in a lot of ways is almost like a message from the future that arrives through your chakras or through your energy centers, so to speak. And when we allow ourselves to kind of like remove the dirt off of our radar dish, it allows us to be able to receive more of this subtle energy, the subtle messages, the subtle intuition. And this intuition is actually kind of like a current which will help guide us in a very powerful way, that will help lead us towards like more of our destiny, more of our creative potential. So again, the idea, one of the keywords in this, anima literally means like soul. That's another word for soul, more or less. Power of the subconscious, creativity, sensibility, hidden knowledge, intuition, sensitivity, female archetype, duality, depth of feeling. So with this card, this is a great card where I'm just going to kind of wrap it up here because I want to be able to move into Crystal's reading as well. And Crystal, let me know where you're tuned in from. Crystal, if you're tuned in on TikTok or Instagram, go ahead and let me know in the chat. And so again, with this card, let us see this card as just a reminder to be able to say right now, each and every single one of us will benefit from being able to connect more with our yin energy from a creative purpose, to be able to practice kind of bringing a bit of the hermit, to practice going quiet, to practice stillness, to practice doing less, but to practice listening more. And through the process of listening, we'll also be able to channel that as inspiration towards the ongoing work that we do, towards the creative expression that we're here to be able to bring into the world. So we need that. We need more of that female energy, that energy of reaching into the shadows and bringing the unconscious into conscious, being able to be a voice for that which is often unheard because of the noisy way that we kind of live. So yeah, knowledge of nature's secrets, perception, sensitivity, female power, absolutely beautiful. So again, activating that High Priestess from inside of us, activating the High Priestess, which is again almost like an ambassador for nature, for the spirit, for the soul, to be a bridge between worlds, to be able to bring more of that knowledge and wisdom into the mainstream, which again is very much akin to the themes of the community that we've built here, this team of shifters, people who are helping assist with the shift in consciousness through creativity and compassion. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if this resonates with you with an 1111, and leave an affirmation of how like some sort of affirmation that relates to the message here. So my affirmation for this would be, I am committed to listening to my yin energy to serve as a channel for intuitive wisdom. That's my little affirmation there. So beautiful. All right, we'll read those affirmations in the chat, and as we keep doing this, let's get right into our next reading. And Crystal, thank you so much. I see you in the chat. You were signed in as the user universe on YouTube chat. So let's give a nice thank you again to Crystal. And Joyous also confirming. Again, Joyous just confirming that you're okay with going through with the reading as well. So Joyous, we'll do that reading and we'll do Crystal's reading as well. So Joyous, again, if you have to like jump out early or anything like that, just let us know. But if you're here for the next little bit, we'll do the reading for Joyous, and then we'll get right into that reading, and then again we'll just keep moving into the next readings from there. And I'm going to update the on-screen graphics. And again, thank you so much to Joyous, and thank you as well to Crystal. And I'm just updating the information on screen so we can add their names up there. So Crystal, go ahead and let me know if you're ready, and also let me know if you would like the Lightworker Oracle deck or the Ananda Tarot deck. So the Ananda Tarot deck was the one that we just had, and the Lightworker Oracle deck, I'll show you, is a little bit more theme related to lightwork stuff. But again, it's still got some really cool themes. It's a little bit more specific actually. And we'll get ready to move into that next reading. And I just gotta restart on Instagram real quick here. For those of you on TikTok, if you guys haven't yet, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. And that is where the primary chat is. But if you prefer to watch on TikTok, that's okay. Like, you can stay there, but the primary chat's on YouTube. All right. Okay, Crystal, let me know that you're ready. Crystal is ready. And Crystal, again, and there's just a bit of a delay in the chat. Crystal, confirming what deck you would prefer, the Ananda Tarot deck or the Lightworker deck. That message is going to come through in a second, and then we'll move into it. All right, we are doing the Lightworker Oracle deck. I'm excited to hear that. Beautiful. I love doing the Lightworker Oracle deck. The Ananda Tarot deck is really, really cool, but the Lightworker Oracle deck just kind of, it gets into some really interesting stuff, so I'm excited to share it with you. All right, let's get ready to move into this meditation. Again, for those of you who are here, this is a team reading. So this next reading, if you're here, this reading is for you. So again, if you guys are new, the way how we do this is, these aren't fortune tellings. This isn't predicting your future. This is using the cards as a way for us to be able to see more of ourselves, as a way for the universe to be able to hold up a mirror, for us to be able to become aware of certain things, to be able to spark ideas, and to be able to provide additional insight and inspiration. That's my job, is to be able to take what other message comes through, deliver it, convey it, expand on it, and to hype each other up as a dope team of conscious creators and leaders. So again, let's keep moving through here. We'll keep an eye on the next Patreon sign up, but after this, we'll get right into Joyce's reading as well. So if you guys are enjoying this and you want to sign up for the Patreon, let's get up to 175. We're currently at 174, and we'll keep an eye on that as we go. Crystal, for everybody here, let's drop into a meditative space. I'm going to charge this deck, and I'll walk you through it. Crystal, I assume you saw the first part, so I think you understand what we're doing here. For everybody, just go ahead, take a moment here, and just close your eyes and straighten up your spine. Just allow yourself to breathe. Soft, gentle inhales, and soft, gentle exhales. Allowing yourself to be in this space of gratitude. Gratitude for the messages we are about to receive, gratitude for yourself, gratitude for the space, gratitude for the team. And as we're in this space of gratitude, focusing your intention towards the idea of show us what we need to see. So focusing that intention for both the collective, for the individual, for each and every single one of us tuned in right now. Show us what we need to see. So may this whatever comes through, may it be whatever you need to see. And if you do have any sort of particular question, you can hold that in your heart, but just understand the simple intention: show us what we need to see. Universe, Crystal, for everybody here, I want you to focus on this intention, and I want you to speak it on the inside. So literally say, show us what we need to see. Speak it with your heart, speak it with your mind, speak it with your words, speak it with your soul. And for everybody here, continue to focus that intention. Crystal, when you are ready, take a breath or two, listen to your intuition, and type now into the chat. And then we will split the deck and we will pull the card. For everybody else, go ahead, leave those wizard noises down in the chat, and we'll charge the deck a little bit more. And we'll keep an eye open for that now into the chat. Here we go. So, and so do you feel the magic that is inside? And so are you ready to take this ride through this ever unfolding dream where there is always more to be seen? As we continue to unfold into our best, as we continue to rise through each and every test. I'll read your wizard noises if you guys type them. And so thank you everyone for showing up each and every day as we continue to find new ways to play, as we continue to unlock and show others the way. And now is the time to stand where we may. Real sound effects. All right, let's see, what card do we have here? Cool. Okay, first card that we have pulled for the from the Lightworker Oracle deck, this is our third card so far tonight, is card number 43, the Sixth Ray of Devotion. So give me 2 seconds here. I'm going to open up the deck and we're going to roll through this one, and then we'll get right into our next reading as well, which will be again for Joyous. And then from there, we'll go right into our next reading. If there's a Patreon sign up after the Joyous, we'll go right into it. Otherwise, we'll take a little bit of an intermission. So if you guys are ready to sign up for that Patreon, again, go ahead. You can read there, read about becoming a leading member, and let's work on reaching that 175. We're almost there. Thank you, team. Let's do it. All right, here we go. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, click the link in my profile to join in on YouTube. That way so you can see the camera properly. And thank you guys. Again, I'm not just here to do tarot reading. I'm literally here to entertain you. So I hope me being here is as entertaining as, like, I don't know, watching Netflix. Unless it's the Umbrella Academy. That show is just too cool. I can't compare with that. Unless I pretend I'm Robert Sheehan. So, Klaus. Which I feel like I should, because I feel like some of you would appreciate that. Drop a 777 if you want me to just throw some Robert Sheehan antics into this. We're just trying to shift paradigms and change the world, man. So, that's all we gotta do. All right. Okay, here we go. Sixth Ray of Devotion. So, looking at this image visually, what do we got? We've got this beautiful image of this male figure down on their knees with their arms towards the sky, and then a parallel version of them with their hands on their chest, kind of faded, blended into the landscape behind them of this beautiful mountain range with its beautiful clouds. And they got this nice little shawl thing going on, but most importantly, you can tell just kind of from their posture that they're in kind of like this place of just like reverence. They're just like, yes, thank you, universe. They're just like, I am in service. And they're just so grateful. You can see just kind of that look on their heart, on their face. You can see the look in their heart, the look in their heart. And yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful image here. Again, I'm not going to go just explain the literal detail of it. And let's get ready to read a little bit more from the book. And again, if you're here, this message is for you. All right, chug my water and now chug my tea. I'm just like chugging everything right now. Thank you, team, for the love. As we move through this, drop those 1111s in the chat if this resonates with you, and write those affirmations. And let's keep an eye open for that next Patreon sign up, and let's do this. If you are here, this message is for you. Number 43, the Sixth Ray of Devotion. The Sixth Ray of Devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. Okay, you know how I said that every card when we do these on air is like a sequence and each one adds to the other? Yeah, this is no exception. This card is like totally in sequence with the other cards we're talking about, because it's about, like, again, the persistence, the devotion for creative gift sharing. All right. When the sixth ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessings of the sixth ray now. So again, this is like an oracle deck, so it's a little bit different. So it's kind of like, here's some blessings for you. So you are receiving a blessing of the sixth ray of devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you as you realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dreams, overcoming any obstacles until you are divinely successful. The sixth ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is an empowering, motivating force far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The sixth ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against any odds. The challenge with the sixth ray is to not become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. You can become unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are many paths to the divine union as there are people. That the ways the universe calls you home are unlimited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your strength with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness so you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear not to be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. Yo, this is some like dope messages. Like, hope you guys are taking notes here. So when Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of Earth, is brought to your aid. Sorry, I'm just like getting over exaggerated with the voice here. It reminds me of like a movie trailer. When Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of Earth, is brought to your aid. Okay, I'll stop. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own inner light. Or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth. Trust in your heartfelt beliefs and devote yourself to love. Finally, as the sixth ray has a special connection to religion and love, you are asked to hold the healing power of love in your heart for all those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. This can help counterbalance the judgment and fear that exists in the hearts of many towards religions that are not of their own or that have been the vehicle through which abuse has taken place. Religion on this planet at this time needs love, support, and encouragement to evolve, heal, and grow in whatever way ultimately serves divine love. So, yeah, relevant AF, absolutely. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into this one as I chug my green tea. Gotta get ready for this one. This is, whew, okay, all right. Getting shifty with it. Hope you guys are ready for this. Hope you got some tunes on in the background or something. Go ahead, put on some lo-fi hip-hop in the background if you don't mind. I'll just pretend I'm listening to it. All right. Okay. All right. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Let's keep an eye open for the next Patreon sign up, and let's extract some more inspiration. And again, this one goes hand in hand with the previous two cards that we talked about, which was all about being able to share creative gifts to help change the world, being able to tap into our intuitive female energy to be able to help bring forth that wisdom. And so this card, the sixth ray of devotion. This is a powerful message to be able to receive right now, because again, this is what is needed. This is what is needed right now. Not only do we need to be able to show up as creators, as conscious creators, as shifters, as people who are helping change the world with creativity and compassion, but we need to be devoted to this. We need to be devoted to this purpose. Not because any single one person told us what we should do, but because we're listening to our heart, and because we know that in the process of doing so, we're doing something that's bigger than any single one of us. And we're doing something that literally the universe wants to happen. Like literally, the universe has your back. The universe wants to wake itself up. The universe wants consciousness to expand. Now, there are parts of the universe that will challenge this, but they in themselves are part of the journey to be able to help bring us into more of our strength and also deeper planes of our own faith. And so with this card, it really encourages us to be able to find the best ways to be able to like honor our relationship with how we share our energy. Where I like this, it says, if you do not honor this, you can try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. So with this, it's kind of saying like, stay in your own lane, stay in your own cosmic lane, stay on your own dharma, focus on you. And when you focus on you, you will find that the universe will clear the path. When you focus on being in alignment with like the devotion of your heart, the devotion to help people, the devotion to create conscious content, the devotion to share a message, you will find that the right people will connect with you at the right time. You will find that what you need will show up within your reality. But a big part of this is also being able to have your heart open to that possibility in the future. If you don't expect this to happen, then it probably won't happen. But if you're like in this place where you're just like, damn, you know, being a conscious creator is a little bit scary because maybe I've never done it before, and maybe you're doing it as an entrepreneur, or maybe you're just doing it for fun and you're not really sure of the feedback and everything like that, this card is really encouraging you to be able to take a little bit of that leap of faith, because in taking that leap of faith, you actually give yourself the gift of faith as things continue to unfold, as things continue to evolve within the mists of the unknown. You know, like out of the unknown, you receive this beautiful gift, and this gift is a deeper knowing that you can continue to take these risks and to make these jumps and to be able to follow that which makes your heart sing, even if it feels like sometimes the odds are against you, even if it feels like, again, you know, there are others who may be challenging you. But again, those challenges, those obstacles, they are there for you to be able to, again, I like this, you will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. So any obstacle that's before you, it's being able to see it as like something that you can actually hold gratitude for, something that, again, will continue to you will not only be able to find a way through the obstacle, but you will also receive the gift of your own strength as a result of moving through that obstacle. Life gives us the gift of discovering our strength as a result of obstacles. So I'm just going to keep riffing on this one for a little bit more. And then there's an invocation at the end, and I'm going to read this as well. For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental powers into worthy projects or practice, balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness so you don't become harsh, despairing if things appear not to be working on the way you believe they should. So this is also about, again, being able to make sure that we're not just pouring our energy into trying to help change the world, but we're using our energy effectively. So if something's like completely just exhausting you, or if it feels like it's not working, don't just think like, oh, but the universe told me to keep going forward. You also have to be adaptable, because forward isn't always forward. Forward will sometimes be forward for a little bit, stop, pause, reflect, take a detour, and then keep going forward. That's kind of more what forward looks like. Otherwise, sometimes you'll get forward and the universe is just like, sorry, you can't go that way. But the reason for that is because if you actually go this way, that's actually the path. So stop assuming that just because you think you know what the path is means that that is the path. Sometimes you'll get to a point where the path will change, but understand that that change in the path was still part of the path. So you will get what you want. Well, you'll get what you need, not just what you want, including sometimes when it comes to your creative projects as well. So yeah, a lot of really powerful energy here, really calling us into our potential to be able to share our creative talents, to help change the world, to be able to show up again without, to be able to serve without agenda. That's a really, really powerful thing. Again, if anything, your agenda should be to help people and assist with shifting consciousness. That's an okay agenda to have. You can be like, yeah, my agenda is literally to help make the world a better place. But at the same time, making sure that you're not just like so radical in your own beliefs. Make sure that you're flexible. Make sure that you're considerate of other people's journey. Make sure that you're staying within your own path. Make sure that you're channeling your energy towards like ways that are going to serve you in moving forward. How to be able to kind of like move the needle forward every single day, doing every single day, just doing something to be able to serve yourself. Just gonna check here. I'm just gonna skim this real quick. Yeah, I pretty much summed it up. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower. I read that. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all the manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. So yeah, so what are we devoting ourselves to? Love, like deep love, you know, deep love to be able to help like make the world a better place, to stand for tomorrow today. I'm going to read the invocation here again. Drop some affirmations. Let me know what message is coming through here. So leave an affirmation that relates to the message that's coming through. And I'm going to read this invocation. And drop 1111s if this resonates. You already got some affirmations there. I'm going to read those in a second. Invocation. Imagine you're saying this to yourself. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the sixth ray of devotion and its blessings of will, strength, purpose, and the miraculous power of loving belief. I invite the genuine, unconditionally loving masters and archangels, including Uriel, Christ, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary, to assist me and all beings on this earth in integrating the blessings of the sixth ray of devotion. I choose to keep my mind open and my heart soft, my willpower and my actions true. My will powerful and my actions true. May kindness prevail and passionate idealism be tempered by mercy for the greatest good. So be it. So yeah, so this card is basically reminding us that like you have so much strength in you. You have so much potential in you, and your life is here to be able to help you see that potential. So what happens when you kind of know this? How does that change how you relate to the path before you? How does that change how you relate to your building your dreams and facing those challenges and overcoming those obstacles and continuing to ride into more of who you are here to be as you continue to serve in that deep devotion of love? That's what we need. That's what we need right now. We need a lot of us deeply committed to this place of love. All right, so there's that next card, number 6, the sixth ray devotion. Thank you, Crystal Universe in the YouTube chat, for helping facilitate that reading and for being one of our recent Patreon supporters. And we're going to get right into the next reading, and I'm going to read some of the affirmations. Joyous, let me know in the chat before I jump into the affirmations, what deck would you prefer? Would you prefer the Lightworker Oracle deck or the Ananda Tarot deck? Let me know which one you would prefer, and we'll get right into the next reading. Sorry about that. And again, we'll keep an eye open on another Patreon sign up. We are currently at 174. So if we can reach that 175 milestone, that will be perfect. I'll keep going as we keep getting Patreon signups. And again, signing up to the Patreon is a monthly contribution. And when you join on there, you can get access to our private community space. So even if you sign up at a lower amount, you can always upgrade that amount. And again, even if for any Patreon supporters, if you guys already signed up, if you guys want to increase your pledge, then after this next reading, we'll go right into the next reading. Otherwise, we'll wait a bit for that next reading to be able to come in, which is okay because I need a bit of an intermission anyways. But let's get as many readings as we can. Let's read those Patreon goals and let's read some affirmations. Psyche says, the universe is protecting the divine feminine energy right now because it will save the world. Beautiful. Gotta let go of your own timing and trust the universal timing. Absolutely. Just read the comments from earlier. You guys like my voice. There are as many paths to the divine union as there are people, right? I love that, Steelamon. Absolutely. Merlady, I stay in my lane and trust that those who want to shift and are ready will when they're ready. I have the strength to keep on and trust. When my path shifts, I am flexible. Beautiful. Again, I like that part where it was kind of saying that like your others will see by your light, and sometimes they'll like continue to move on to shine their own light, but not always. Like you can't fully determine like what somebody else will do with the information you provide with them, but for some people, again, you know, it will spark them to ignite their own inner light as well. So beautiful. All right, let's get ready to move into the next reading. We're going to do it with the tarot deck. Thank you again, Crystal, signing up at the $11. And thank you, Joyous, as well. Or sorry, yeah, and thank you, Joyous, signing up at the $11 level. Thank you, Crystal, signing up at the $5 level. Thank you again, everyone. Joyous says, I am grateful for the universe, for all that I have, and for all that I'm yet to receive. Beautiful. All right. Mustafa, thank you for joining. We're just moving right into the next reading. These are team readings, so we don't necessarily do readings from the chat. We do have our own little format that we work with here. So, all right, let's move into this next reading. Thank you again, everyone. And again, let's keep an eye open for that next Patreon side up. I like that. Joyous, well said. I'm a divine feminine living in her truth. My twin comes to me like a moth to light. Beautiful. Yeah, Psyche, that's part of the purpose of the intermission, right? Okay, let's get into this next reading. Let's keep an eye on the Patreon. We'll work on reaching that 175 goal. For those of you on TikTok, click the link in my profile to join the primary chat on YouTube. Same for those of you on Instagram. That's where the primary comments are. So if I miss your comments on TikTok, I apologize, but join in on YouTube to be able to join the primary chat. Cool. Thank you, Squeeze. I was just reading some of your comments and replies there. All right. Okay. So again, for those of you on TikTok, click the link in my profile, join in on YouTube. Let's get right into this next reading. Thank you again, Joyous. Thank you again, Crystal, as well. That was awesome. Let's do this. All right. Tarot reading. So Joyous, I think you saw before, we're going to guide you through a little meditation. I'm going to lead you up to the point where you're going to listen to your intuition. Type now in the chat. And again, the intention is show us what we need to see for the collective, for the individual. So if you have your own intention, you can kind of put it in there, weave it in there. But again, the collective intention is show us what we need to see. So whatever comes through. All right, everybody here, drop into that meditative space. As you listen to my voice, just take a moment to straighten your spine, open your chest, relax your shoulders, join us in this little meditation, and just gently connect with your breath. Soft, gentle inhales, soft, gentle exhales. For everybody here, as you breathe in this moment, connect with gratitude. You can put your hand on your heart and just connect with gratitude for this amazing team that we are building, this team of shifters, of light workers, of light guardians. Gratitude for the messages we are about to receive, gratitude for the cards, gratitude for me, gratitude for you. Collectively, we'll focus our attention on the intention of show us what we need to see. And so, Joyous, focus on that intention for everybody here. Show us what we need to see. Us being the collective, us being the individual, us being the team, anybody tuned in. And so, for everybody here, focus on that intention, show us what we need to see, speak it with your heart, speak it with your mind, speak it with your words, speak it with your soul. Joyous, take a couple more breaths here, listen to your intuition. When you're ready, type now into the chat and we'll split the deck. And for everybody else, go ahead, open your eyes and type your wizard noises into the chats. And I'll charge the deck a little bit more. Here we go. And oh, what mysteries will continue to be revealed as we continue to unlock the questions of what is real, for what are the messages that are coming through in this moment as we create a clear channel between us and the future us's who own it, who own these moments of bliss and of harmony, who continue to guide us into who we are here to be as we unlock the many characters within our destiny, as we continue to level up into the many ways in which we will continue to see and weave and unlock magic within the dream. Type those magic noises in the chat. Shoo, boo, 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 be doo, be doo. Good one, Kristen. Breathing here, holding this space as we continue to open to see what message the cards will show Now, says Joyous. Womp, 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 womp. Good job, everyone. Good job. Oh my goodness. It just so happens to be one of my favorite cards. Do you guys want to guess what card it is? I'll give you like 10 seconds to guess what card it is. Some of you will guess this card. Some of you, if you guys have been paying attention to what I've been creating on TikTok lately, wink, you'll guess what this card is. I've been working on a new project. It's related to the card. Go ahead, guess this card. I'll give you guys 2 seconds and I'll show you. This is like a mini game. I'm sending you the signal now. Bonus points for whoever gets it. What card did we just pull? Alright. We'll let those comments catch up, but I'm going to show you what the card is if you haven't already guessed. The card that we have pulled on behalf of Joyous, but also for the collective, is card number 5, the Hierophant. Yes, that's right. The Hierophant. One of my favorite cards. There it is for those of you on TikTok and Instagram as well. So who guessed it? Did anybody guess it was the Hierophant card? That's because I recently created a new account on TikTok. It's like a new mini project called Project Hierophant. It's actually like a super old project, but I just kind of like re-envisioned it through TikTok. But essentially it's paradigm shift. It's about being able to help plant seeds and be a messenger for higher consciousness. Yeah, Pin Oaks guessed it. You guessed it. You guessed the Hierophant. Good job. All right, okay, let's open the book here and we'll read a little bit more from the book and then we'll go into further inspiration as I just channel some additional stuff. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I hope you guys realize that like we got the High Priestess and then we got the Hierophant. Like these cards are like almost back to back. So okay, let's get ready to move into this next reading. Let's work on getting that next Patreon sign up and then we'll go right into the next reading after this. Otherwise, we'll be having a little bit of an intermission. And again, if you're ready, signing up for the Patreon is a monthly micro contribution. If you guys are fans of my work, please feel free to sign up for the Patreon. And when you're doing that, you're supporting yourself and the team and you get access to cool stuff. Lots of epic stuff. All right, let's reach out 175 and let's dive into this card. So thank you again, everyone, so much. If you're here, this message is for you. Card number 5, the Hierophant. Sorry, I have to explain it. Looking at the image here. Sorry, I skipped ahead of myself. Visually, this is a super dope image here. This beautiful image of this book. And you can see in the top left corner in the bottom right, the detail's fine. But there's actually like an alpha symbol and an omega symbol in this book. So this book kind of represents like all knowledge of infinity. And you can see there's this beautiful rose at the center of the spine of this book. And behind this book, you can see this image of a face, almost kind of like some sort of like higher master, ascended master, with this beautiful mandala kind of coming right from their third eye. And you can see there's kind of like ancient landscape in the background. It kind of looks like an ancient sort of Egyptian style or maybe Atlantis. And you can see there's like a little sphere here in the middle that's very faint as well. And yeah, that's the gist of it. So there it is for those of you on TikTok and Instagram. Again, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, click the link in my profile so you can join in on YouTube. All right, let's dive into this. As I read this, drop 1111s if it resonates with you, and drop any confirmations. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for holding space. May we receive the inspiration of this message. And this message totally syncs up with the other messages. Like this is just hyping us up as creators. Seriously. Here we go. Card number 5, the Hierophant. The image. The continuance of a spiritual teacher appears from a higher level of consciousness in order to bring the essence of spiritual knowledge to the level of mankind. Meaning, whereas the Emperor represents the instinctive side of the male principle which dominates on the material level, the High Priestess represents the principle that works on the spiritual level. After the driving forces have been brought under control by conscious thinking in order to collect the present energies to be used for the highest good of all concerned, the consciously developed individual becomes the medium between spiritual and material realities. The knowledge of deeper connections of the cosmic laws of nature puts mankind in the position of recognizing spirit as the original spark. The effects of the illusory material world touch upon this spark. The search for the meaning of life, one's own calling, and the fulfillment in a deeper context brings man into contact with the timeless wisdom of past epochs. the release of established patterns of thinking, and the development of a healthy ability to differentiate as relevant for spiritual lifestyle as the deep belief in the goodness of man and its resulting selfless actions. The heartfelt wish to fulfill his purpose makes him sensitive to hearing and trusting his inner voice. Like I said, this card is like an echo of the previous cards. It's trippy. True spiritual leadership, but it gets a little bit more specific. True spiritual leadership comes from within and has its source in a very deep faith. Therefore, we should grasp the meaning of that which is important and learn from our own example as well as from the experiences of other people. Astrological significance: Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Sagittarius. Key words: meaningful use of the energies at hand, living one's inner truth, spiritual messenger, medium between spirit and matter, messenger of spiritual value, orientation, pedagogic talent, spiritual awareness, established patterns of thinking, learning process, differentiation abilities, self-recognition. Traditional meaning: spiritual influence, religious leadership, occult knowledge, teaching ability, faith, spiritual authority, ritualism, conversion, old belief systems, wisdom, faith, and trust. Okay, let's dive into this one. This is a dope card. Again, like we said the intention, like show us what we need to see. All these cards are like cards that are telling us what we need to do, like what is needed right now. So, okay. So, the Hierophant. The Hierophant in itself is a word that essentially means messenger. So, with this is about being able to understand that we are here to be spiritual messengers. It is literally within our nature. It is literally within our birthright. If you are tuned into this broadcast, it is by no mistake. It is purely, again, like the universe doing what it can to help wake itself up, because we are a team of Hierophants. We are a community of Hierophants, and it's about being able to acknowledge the archetype and the purpose of the Hierophant within you. And so the Hierophant is the one that uses their creative abilities and follows their highest good for the purpose of all, is one who listens to their inner calling to be able to serve others from a place of deep faith, knowing that the process of them doing so is something that is making a difference in the collective shift in consciousness. So with this, it's about being able to show up as a student, being able to show up with an open heart and mind so that we can continue to learn new things, to be able to connect with the inner intuition, again, going back to the High Priestess, the female energies, while also being able to balance those with the male energies of being able to actively create, being able to put our message into the world, being able to plant seeds. That's why, like, when I create content, especially with Project Hierophant, for those of you, again, go check out that TikTok account. Those contents, when you look at it, it's literally like a little seed. It's like, oh, here's a little seed planted. Oh, here's a little idea planted. Your actions and your art work the same way. We change the world one interaction at a time. We change the world one single seed at a time, and that seed grows, and that seed is an idea, and that seed can be an idea for someone to acknowledge how capable they are, how powerful they are, how divine they are, because that's what we're doing right now. We are living in a society that is suffering from spiritual amnesia, and we, the ones who have continued to become self-aware of this, are helping others realize this themselves, are helping others realize that they have amnesia, are helping others remember. And so what can you do to plant those little seeds of remembrance? What can you do to help bring more value into this world? What can you do to provide value for others? Be it through the creation of art, be it through conversation holding, be it through being your authentic self, because at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. You being your authentic self is a message from spirit, is a message that serves as a way for others to be able to give themselves permission. And so again, being a medium between spirit and matter, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? So this is where, again, it's about being able to listen to the inner voice, of being able to connect with our own spiritual energies, to be able to connect with our own ability to be able to bring forth this knowledge through meditation, through dream space, through creative practice. You are a channel for creative energy. Literally, like that's one of the things that we are as bodies, as humans. We are literally channels for creative energy. And so, how can we express that energy? How can we channel that energy towards something that is going to serve others? Because you may have, I say this sincerely, a lot of you have energy inside of you that is just kind of waiting to be shared. That is waiting to be shared. And it is there to be shared. Your art is something that is not just for you. Your art is something that can change other people's lives, that can plant little seeds, that can give them permission to practice their own art. And whatever those art may be, again, like this is where your art may be literally art. It may be like an image. Your art could be storytelling. Your art could be doing readings for other people. Your art can be space holding. Your art can be community facilitation. Your art can be conversation, you know? So this is about being able to acknowledge that there is a leader inside all of us. And it's not the type of leader that we think. It's not like a boss. Sometimes it's a leader who kind of like works from behind the scenes. It's a leader who will plant little seeds. It's a leader who will kind of like create a space. Sometimes people don't even know that they were there, but they leave an impact. They leave an impression. They leave something that changes someone on like a soul level. So understand that this is about being able to acknowledge that each and every single one of us has the ability to affect change in this reality through small actions and sometimes through big actions. And so I think this is a very powerful card. And again, one of the cool things with this card is also emphasizing the importance of discernment. Something that I'm hearing more and more people emphasize also, that especially for those of us who are open to learning new spiritual wisdom, who are open to being able to learn all this knowledge that is now arising to the surface, this esoteric knowledge that is rising to the surface, and especially for those of you who are new, it's important to use discernment. It's important to understand that, again, there are many different paths up the mountain, as we were talking about in the other cards, to focus on our path. But to be able to understand that just because you hear something, it's up to you to be able to kind of put it through your filter of discernment before deciding, hey, this fits well with me, or maybe this is something that I'd be better off, just putting off to the side. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But to nonchalantly just believe and take in everything, that will probably kind of give you a bit of a distorted view and understanding of things in a bigger picture. So it's important to make sure that you're using discernment, especially when you're receiving media, because that will help you in refining your message that you continue to share with others. Because you don't want to put like faulty messages out there. You don't want to, if you're planting seeds, you want them to be seeds that are pure and that are intentional and that are loving and that are kind, and not just like seeds that are, again, kind of like an egoic idea that you're trying to plant in someone else's mind. So this is a great opportunity for us to be able to reflect on what seeds are we planting, what messages are we sharing, how are we being a bridge between spirit and matter, and how are we doing that every single life, literally just through kindness and through compassion. This card can get very complex, but at the same time, I think it's literally the simple things that make it what it is. And being able to create new patterns that will, again, continue to create new patterns within the collective. So let love go viral. Let consciousness go viral. Plant that seed and help spread it in whatever way. Be it a single meme, be it a video, be it a reading, be it a conversation, be it you dancing, be it you sharing your art, be it whatever way. Because there's a million and one ways. And again, I think when we can understand that the universe wants us to bring in this playful energy to be able to practice sharing our wisdom and our knowledge, things get really exciting. So awesome. All right. This card here is, again, a super, super valuable reminder that there is a Hierophant inside each and every single one of us, that there is a messenger inside each and every one of us. And as we continue to go through our awakening, it is our responsibility to help others do the same when we feel called to do it. So listen to that inner calling and know that you have that potential to be able to make content, to be able to create art, to be able to express yourself in a way that is going to inspire others. That is what is needed right now. So go team Hierophant. Essentially, like, a shifter is a Hierophant. You are a Hierophant. So beautiful. All right, so there we go. There's a Hierophant card. Super, super dope card. Drop some 1111s if that resonates with you, and leave some affirmations about how that resonates with you. And Joyous, I'm just going to read some of your comments that you left from earlier. So leave an affirmation. So affirmation for me: I affirm that I am here to be a messenger of the wisdom, from the universe to my heart to the people. That's my little affirmation that I just thought up on the spot. And again, bringing in the other cards, like bringing in the devotion to the idea of being a Hierophant with the High Priestess energy, like it all adds up. Like this is like building our team of superheroes, right? Balanced. Joyous says, I just started therapy as a way to heal, learn to understand myself and why I do say react the way I do, to forgive and love myself without conditions, and also to learn to do the same for my twin flame. I just had my first psychic development coaching recently and did far better than I thought. I'm tapping into my gifts as an intuitive divine feminine and using them to assist and heal others. That's awesome, Joyous. And Joyous, again, since you're signed up at the $11 level, if you want to be involved with our leading members, which is our team of conscious creators, make sure you connect to the team Discord chat. And again, you can connect there and we can talk more about what it is that you're creating. I also hope that my twin flame is triggered to heal as well now that I've broken away to do that for myself as I've needed to, so that we can show others unconditional love and both tap into our gifts. Beautiful. Well said. Well said, Joyous. I am absolutely a leader who plants seeds through writing. Beautiful, Joyous. I'm excited to be able to check out more of what you're creating as well. Seeing those 1111s, let's read some of the affirmations. If you guys have affirmations related to the reading, go ahead, leave that into the chat. For those of you on TikTok, we got about 10 people on TikTok right now. I love it if you guys click the link in my profile to tune in on YouTube. That way so I can see the comments, and then you can be on YouTube, and then you can go back to TikTok, and then you can come back without losing the feed. And I'll read your comments on TikTok. All right. Pinocchio says, wow, thank you for that beautiful message. Starlight says, very interesting information. Pinocchio says, I am an intentional leader speaking wisdom from my heart. Beautiful. Starlight said, I love the idea of being a messenger. Absolutely. For those of you on TikTok, again, we're just doing tarot. I'm not doing Q&A stuff right now. So all right, yeah, hashtag let love go viral, right? Absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you, Joyous. Any other affirmations related to this, go ahead and leave those into the chat. Hierophant card, super, super powerful, important card. Beautiful. All right, team, I'll read those more affirmations in the next moment. We're taking a bit of an intermission right here as we stand by for our next Patreon sign up. So if you guys are ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead. Or again, if any of the current Patreon supporters want to increase your Patreon pledge, as soon as we get either one, we will go right into our next reading. And in the meantime, I'm just going to rest my voice because I've been talking for like, what, 2 hours straight so far? How long have we been on air for? Almost 90 minutes? Yeah, I guess that's right. No, almost 2 hours. Yeah, that's definitely right. I'm like 90 minutes. That sounds, yeah. So again, team, if you guys are enjoying what we're doing here tonight and you just want to be able to support, or if you want to join as a leading member, be sure to check out the Patreon. And that is a monthly contribution. And when you join at the $11, you get to join as a leading member in our community, which gives you access to our private community team space for conscious creators and leaders. We're building a really cool team. And believe me, just being in that space of community really is a really cool way to support you and to be able to like support you and what you're creating, especially if you're here to create content. Maybe if you're brand new to creating content, just being in that atmosphere of others who are supporting each other and celebrating what we're creating is a super powerful way to build that momentum. So drop a 555 in the comments if you're ready to sign up for the Patreon. And again, we'll keep an eye open for that, and we'll just hang out here and we'll get our next reading going as soon as we have that next sign up for the Patreon. And we'll take a little bit of an intermission here. Reading some more affirmations, Joya says, I am a divine feminine creator here to communicate my teachings of unconditional love. Beautiful, Joyous. Stella says, I am a bridge, right? Stella, that's like one of my favorite ways to put it. Like that idea of like being a bridge, be the bridge, like hashtag be the bridge. That was the thing I was talking about like years ago that I was like really excited to share. Pinocchio says, we are leading with love and light, connecting and growing in the collective consciousness. Welcome, Tim. Thanks for joining. I hope you learned just by being here. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, Joyous, when you're ready, go ahead and join the team chat. And if you have some of the content there you want to share, and let us know if you want to be added as a leading member. And thank you so much, again, for adding your support. And thank you again, Crystal, as well, for adding the support for the 2 new Patreon signups tonight. So again, team, we're going to stand by for our next Patreon sign up as we work towards our next goal of 175 on the Patreon. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in and for being here to receive the value that I put into to not only entertaining you, but to also inspire and educate and to be able to build as a team. So when you're ready, go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. Link is in the YouTube as well as in the top corner for those of you on YouTube. For those of you on Instagram and TikTok, the link is in my profile, so you can join in on there. It only takes about 5 minutes to sign up. Contributions only process on the 1st of each month, so if you sign up literally today, there's no charge until September 1st. Plus, when you sign up, you can also get discounts for the item shop, such as the beautiful Light Guardian crystals. And you literally make your money back. If you sign up onto the Patreon and order one of these, you literally make your money back just through the discount. So it's a pretty good deal if you're planning on getting one of these. Definitely sign up for the Patreon if you feel called. And thank you again to our recent Patreon supporters. Thank you to Crystal, Joyous, Justine, and Rob. So if you're ready to sign up for the Patreon, drop that 555 in the chat. Let us know. And again, we'll get right into that next reading as soon as we have that next Patreon sign up ready to go. And in the meantime, we'll just take a little bit of a break here, and I'm just going to rest my voice because it takes a lot of work talking and everything like this. Gotta rest my throat chakra. If you guys are having fun, drop an 1111 in the chat. Let me know, and thank you so much for being here. Awesome. Sweet. Reminder, if you guys haven't yet, you can join our team chat. That's our Discord server. And again, when you join on the Patreon, you get access to the full chat. So you're welcome to jump into the team chat, get yourself situated, check things out, read a bit more, check out the Patreon, and then just to be able to be there for updates. You can also get our team, we do team meditations Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which reminds me, any leading members who are tuned in right now, if anyone wants to lead team meditation tomorrow morning, let me know. That spot is still open. We're still waiting for someone to confirm if they want to lead team meditation tomorrow. So the spot is there, ready for someone who wants to lead. And so our team meditations, for those of you maybe new, you're totally invited. Team meditations, we do Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do live Monday and Friday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, other people do the leading for the team meditations. Excuse me, strawberry seeds in my throat. And you can find the links for the other meditations through the team chat, through the Discord server. So, all right, team. If you're ready to sign up for that Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat. We'll take a little bit of an intermission here. If there is no other Patreon sign up, then we'll call it a night. I'm totally ready to keep going. And again, you guys can also, we can do another reading if anyone wants to update their Patreon pledge. We can also do that. However, if there's no other Patreon signups at this point, we'll just kind of like hang out here. Then we'll wrap it up. And that's okay. Like that was a 2-hour broadcast. So I'm totally okay with that. And then we'll be live again. We'll be live. I'll probably be going live tomorrow because my goal is to reach 200 by the end of the month. Like that's my job. My job is to reach 200 because that's like essential support for the ongoing steps. So thank you again, everyone. Go ahead and sign up for the Patreon when you're ready. And yeah, go ahead and click the info down below for not only the Patreon, but also our team chat and lots more. All right, I'm just going to go wash my hands real quick, get some more water, and we'll keep an eye open for that next Patreon. Let's keep these readings going. I'm totally ready to do a next reading. So when you guys are ready, go ahead and check out that Patreon, sign up, and only takes about 5 minutes, and we'll get right into the next reading. And again, when you sign up, you can also choose from the Lightworker Oracle deck. All right, I'll be right back. You guys are awesome. If you guys are stepping out early, thank you so much for joining in. And yeah, I hope we get another Patreon sign up because I'd love to be able to do some more readings. I definitely, I got the energy for it. So let's do this. Let's get that Patreon sign up and let's go. All right, be right back. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Here, I'll turn on some lo-fi for you. Enjoy. Wash my hands real quick and get some more water. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. Whew. Good broadcast so far, everyone. Definitely some powerful messages that came through tonight. So thank you again. And again, what we're doing here, we're not just doing tarot readings, we're building a team. We're building a team of shifters. So thank you again, everyone, for being a part of this. And again, especially for those of you who are new, reminder, we got our team podcast. This Thursday is going to be a conscious open jam. So that'll be really exciting. And that's at 8 p.m. EST. So make sure you're tuned in for that. All right, team, we're hanging out here for the next little bit. We currently got about 10 people tuned in on YouTube and 3 people tuned in on TikTok, 1 person tuned in on Instagram. Again, when we do these readings, these are collective team readings, and we're also doing this to be able to invite people to support on Patreon. And as you can see, for those of you on YouTube, we're currently at 174 on Patreon, working towards 175. For those of you who sign up on Patreon, you can help facilitate the next reading. And then from there, we'll keep doing readings as we keep having new Patreon signups coming in. So if anyone is ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead, let us know. And again, that's a monthly micro contribution to support the work that I do. And by signing up to the Patreon, you also get access to exclusive rewards within our community, such as being able to join as a leading member, which gives you access to a private team chat of conscious creators and leaders, access to our collaborative work periods, access to me as a conscious media creation coach. The value of this is like way more than $11. Like that's the idea, right? Like I'm able to provide like just like the support, the coaching. And again, leading members, if you guys want to schedule in some one-on-one stuff for brainstorming and feedback, just let me know. Just let me know and we can schedule in some more one-on-one stuff. And again, you also get to join our on-air team podcast that we do once a week. So joining as a leading member is not only something that's supporting me, but it's a really, really cool way to support yourself and be amongst an amazing team of creators. So if you're ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead, check that out. The link is through my profile and in the YouTube info. It only takes about 5 minutes to sign up. And once we have that next sign up, we'll move into a next reading. Otherwise, we'll hang out here for a little bit. And if there's no new next sign up in the next little bit, then we'll call it a night. So if you guys want to keep going, either new Patreon sign up or if someone wants to increase their Patreon pledge, and then we'll go from there. So thank you again, everyone, for joining in and for hanging out. And we've done 4 readings tonight. So it's been a big, like it's already been like a successful broadcast. So thank you again to those of you joined in on all platforms. Just reading some of the comments here. All right, team. Again, just standing by. We'll see if there's anybody ready to sign up onto the Patreon. I'm just gonna play with my light guardian crystal for a moment. If anybody's ready to sign up for the Patreon, drop that 555 in the chat. And we'll get ready to do it from here. We got about, I think we got like, yeah, if anybody, like just for anybody tuned in on YouTube right now, where are you guys tuned in from? Go ahead. We'll just chit chat for a minute. Yeah, I'm just turning the light off. I just want to. Damn. This thing is so cool. Man, these light guardian crystals, like I am still amazed by them. Like I started making these years ago and like the mystery of them is still unfolding to me. They're really cool for like meditation and magic and just like ceremony and stuff like that. So check it out. And this one, so you can see like the light color changing in it. So that comes with all the light guardian crystals. Everyone has like their own like light changing option as well. And then you can swap it with a solid color. And they're made of real quartz. So this one's a Lumerian quartz actually. And also polymer clay and magic. So all right, team, let's work on getting that next Patreon sign up and we'll get right into that next reading. So if you guys are ready to sign up, again, it's a monthly contribution. And when you join on there, oh, you can also get access to some of my secret videos, including my 5-gram mushroom experience, which is pretty exciting. So if you're looking for exclusive content, again, that's available for the Patreon supporters. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes. If anybody's ready to sign up for the Patreon, let me know ahead of time. Otherwise, we'll call it a night. And even after I call it a night, I still got more work I'm going to do. I'm going to work on a new Project Hierophant video. So Cool. Laura's tuned in from Brampton. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, team. It looks like things are winding down for tonight, which is totally cool. We'll come back at this again. Stay tuned for some more schedule. I'll be creating lots more content your way. Again, you guys can sign up for the Patreon at any point. Even just feel free to like check it out, read it over, especially if you're interested in joining as a leading member. That way, so you can just understand a little bit more about what it is that we are offering. And feel free to send me a direct message on Instagram if you have any questions. And yeah, really appreciate everybody hanging out here. So last call on any Patreon signups if you guys want to keep doing some more readings. And again, you can do that by signing up to the Patreon. And it only takes about 5 minutes to sign up. So if there's any last minute signups, now is the time. And otherwise, that's totally cool because then I get to go rest my voice. This was like my first time doing a reading broadcast. The last one we did was back in July. So like this was good warm up for me. So still good practice. Beautiful. All right. Laura, the link for my YouTube, excuse me, the link for my YouTube is through my profile link plus the Patreon link. I have to restart the Instagram feed in a second, but I encourage you to watch on YouTube. That's the primary chat. And in the YouTube, you'll also find the Patreon link, but you can also find it through my profile link. And it's $11 American or $5 American. You can sign up at any level. But if you want to join as a leading member, that's the $11 level. We may have a sign up. Laura may be signing up, so hang tight, everyone. Party's not over just yet. We'll give a few moments here to see if Laura's able to sign up tonight, and otherwise we'll decide on the fly. We'll see. All right, I have to restart the broadcast. Laura, if you're still here, you can either rejoin this in a minute or go right to the YouTube, click the link in my profile. All right, restarting the broadcast on TikTok, on Instagram now because it's at an hour. So restarting. Stand by. All right, so stand by, team. We may have another reading. We'll see. I'm totally fine with whatever. Like if we want to do another reading, absolutely. And if we call it a night, that's totally cool. So all right, just restarting the feed. If you're still tuned in on the YouTube, go ahead. Just let me know. Just give me a comment in the chat to let me know that you're still here. I know you guys are pretty quiet. I know some of you like literally listen to this in the background while you're like multitasking, which is fine. So, all right, let me see here. Just restarting the Instagram feed. For those of you on TikTok, hey, thanks so much for joining in. All right, just restarting the Instagram feed. We'll see. This if Laura's ready to sign up, we'll do another reading, but otherwise we'll play it by ear. All right, we're live back on Instagram now. If anybody else is ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead, let us know. Drop a 555 in the chat. And again, it only takes like 5 minutes to sign for the Patreon. So I'm just gonna sit here and just kind of like drink tea, and we'll just give it a few minutes. And Laura, welcome back. Laura, let me know if signing up for the Patreon tonight works for you, and otherwise we'll decide. So again, if anybody who's already signed up for the Patreon, if you guys want to increase your pledge, go ahead, and you're welcome to do that as well. And then we'll do another reading for the team, and you can help facilitate it, or you can pass your reading on to someone else. Yeah, I like that. Pinox is like, I'm finishing a painting. Pinox makes some dope paintings. She posts about them in the team chat. Dreamweaver says, I'm doing yoga while listening. Well, awesome. Hey, Alaniel, thank you for joining. You were subbed to my old YouTube? Like my Skull Defiler YouTube? That's my old one. Which old one? The one I've had right now is from 2011, so that's pretty old if you ask me. I'm pretty old if you ask me. A lot of people haven't fully grasped just how old I am. Jesus, been doing this for a while. Dreamweaver is gonna go pick some figs. That's awesome. Sweet guys, I would love to be able to jump in for another reading if we're feeling the call to do it tonight, if we have that next Patreon sign up. So I'm just gonna give it a few moments here. Wow, Alan Neal, you were actually subscribed to my old account, the Skull Defiler account. Like, no one else is subscribed to that. And did you just find me through TikTok? If so, that blows my mind. That's fascinating. Thank you for sharing. All right, team. So we've done 4 readings tonight. We're waiting to see if someone is ready to sign up for the Patreon. And again, Patreon is a way where you can support artists you like with a monthly contribution and get exclusive rewards in return. And of course, I got some really exciting rewards for you guys. And if you are ready to do that, go ahead and we'll just give it a few more minutes, and otherwise we'll wrap it up and then I'm gonna go work on some other stuff. So that's okay. So but yeah, I'd love to do another reading. So if we have another Patreon sign up, we'll do that. And then again, we'll just keep going until however many Patreon signups we have. Working towards our way of 175, 174 right now. So close. I can smell the 175. I guess. All right. Yeah, Alan Neal, yeah, I was talking about spirituality as well. Like, me and my buddy uploaded some old videos there. That was literally like in 2008 and 9. So again, for those of you just joining in, the way how we do readings, they're collective readings for the team. We've done 4 readings so far. We're just deciding if we're still going to do one more reading by having another person sign up for the Patreon. Otherwise, we're going to call the broadcast. We're going to end the broadcast. So again, part of the objectives here is to be able to do team readings while also creating the container to invite people to support on the Patreon, which allows us to continue to do free readings. So it's a pretty cool system. So if you guys are looking for a reading tonight, understand that it's like a team reading. It's a collective reading. If you're brand new, I would encourage even just kind of like sticking around and just kind of like seeing how we do things here. Hopefully we have another reading tonight. But again, the readings are available for tonight when people sign up onto the Patreon as well. So when you sign up to the Patreon, it's like you're getting a reading kind of as a bonus sort of thing. So, and again, you're only getting what you're giving to the community as well. So it's a collective reading. And again, link for my profile, link for my Patreon is in my profile. Laura, the link for my Patreon is in my profile link. So click that and then it will say support on Patreon. I'll double check to make sure that it's very obvious. So I think Laura may be signing up tonight. So I'm just going to kind of like rest my voice. Yeah, if you click my profile link, it's the second link down right now. It says support, join on Patreon, become a leading member. Okay, I gotta rest my voice. I gotta fill up my tea. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna plug in my kettle. Go ahead, team. Let's sign up for that Patreon. Let's see if we can get one more reading in tonight. Or we'll call it early. Is any leading member ready to facilitate team meditation tomorrow? Again, I know I already asked this, but I'm just trying to figure out. Like, if no one's doing it, I may end up doing it. But again, the invite is there for the other leading members. So. Yeah, Alan Neal, I mean, this may be the end of the broadcast. It may not be. If we have people signing up for the Patreon, we'll still keep doing more readings. Again, I just have to be mindful of my own energy as well, because I still got a lot of work I got to do. And it's made possible thanks to awesome support by people like you. So thank you so much. All right, team. If you guys are ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead and let me know. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some tea. So I think we're wrapping it up. We'll double check. We'll just wait to hear from Alaniel. Oh, that's a cool name. Pinox is hoping to lead the team meditation Wednesday. Oh, cool. Hopefully you get your internet updated. I mean, Pinox, if you do it again how we did it originally, where it was like through me re-hosting, that can always work too, even if you wanted to do it earlier. I'm fine with that. Yeah, doing readings takes a lot of energy. Like, it's not like, hey, I'm just reading a book. I'm just a la Niel, just commenting, just acknowledging that they used to do readings, and it's like, yeah, it can be very draining to do readings. So, but again, I've kind of trained myself to be able to do these broadcasts, which again is about being able to not only provide dope value, but also building the support for the work still ahead. So thank you again, team, for your support in all forms. Whether you're signed up for the Patreon or whether you're signing up in the future, thank you. If you're watching, thank you. All right, I'm gonna go get some tea. I'm gonna go put my kettle on. Let's get that next Patreon sign up. Let's do one more reading, or maybe we'll wrap it up. We'll see. Cool, roger that, Kristen. Regarding doing the meditation Wednesday. Sounds good. Aloha, and thank you again to those of you who are tuned in on TikTok and on Instagram as well. If you guys click the link in my profile, you can join in on YouTube. We're just kind of in between right now. We're deciding if we're doing another reading, if we have another Patreon sign up. Otherwise, we'll be back here again tomorrow with more readings. All good, a la Niel. That's awesome. Did you recently just find me through TikTok? Like, did I just show up on your FYP? Is that what happened? If so, I think that's pretty cool. All right, team. I'm just gonna give this a couple more minutes just to be able to confirm. Thank you, Pinox. Kristen says Skull Babylon's Patreon is a super great way to stay motivated and encouraged. Thank you. I'm always looking to improve it. Like, again, like it's an ongoing thing that we're building, and it takes a lot of work because there's like a lot of things that we're juggling. But having the consistency within the team is super powerful. Being able to do our team meditations, having our weekly team podcasts, having our collaborative work periods. Any leading members, if you guys want to join in for our collaborative work period tomorrow, just a reminder to let me know ahead of time. That's at 3 to 4 p.m. EST. For those interested, our collaborative work periods is like where we like brainstorm as a team of conscious creators. And yeah, we get some like additional clarity and insight related to our content. It's pretty cool. Cool, Lanny. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow around the same time, around 9 p.m. tomorrow. I think so. That night worked for me. Yeah, unless I end up... I don't know. Should I try streaming earlier in the day? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll try streaming tarot earlier in the day. I might do that. Like, I'm flexible. Cool, team. All right, team. We're going to wrap up this broadcast in about a minute. Thank you again to those of you who hung out. Even those of you who are here right to the end of the broadcast. I appreciate you guys being here. And I apologize for for the fact that it's not always a reading after reading after reading. But I appreciate you understanding that, again, I just have to be mindful of the energy that I'm putting into the work to make sure that it's doing it in a way where we're working towards our goals so that we can continue to do more work. That's how it works. So cool. Hey, Johnny. Welcome, Johnny. And yeah, even if you check out the recordings, the readings tonight were pretty cool. A lot to do with being able to tap into like our purpose as creators. So it was pretty cool. Cool. All right, team. We are going to wrap it up unless any people in the chat have some last minute signups, or again, if any of the Patreon supporters want to increase their pledge, we'll do another reading if that's the case. But other than that, we're ready to wrap up the broadcast. So, all right. So, any last notifications? Go ahead and drop a 555 if you're like ready to update your Patreon pledge or sign up. And otherwise, we'll wrap it up, and that's totally cool. 4 readings tonight is plenty. So, thank you again, everyone. And this will give me a chance to just kind of go chill out a little bit earlier. Sometimes we do these. Sometimes we go to like 1 a.m. It's crazy. Cool. All right, team. Well, you can catch up with the team further in the team chat, and stay tuned for information about the team meditation on Tuesday. If we have someone available for it. Hopefully we do. Otherwise, I may be stepping in. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Might even just be doing it for a little bit. So that's fine. So, yo, Light Ninja. Cool. All right, team. We're going to wrap up this broadcast. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, even if you're just popping in at the end, thank you as well. Again, be sure to connect to the link in my profile. You can join our team chats. Check out more of the Patreon where you can learn about becoming a leading member. Join our team of conscious creators. And yeah, stay tuned for more broadcasts, for more Team Tarot. I think I'll be live Tuesday at 9 p.m. EST. And I may be live earlier in the day tomorrow. We'll see. And I may be going live for like a simple meditation tomorrow. We'll see. All right, team. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I'm going to conclude the broadcast now. Go ahead and check out the Patreon link when you can. Sign up at any point that works best for you. And you're welcome to join our team chat and just jump in and let us know that you were tuned in for the tarot reading. And yeah, send in those good vibes. Thank you for being an amazing creator. Go out there, be that bridge, be that messenger, and keep it shifty. And I will see you guys in the future. Until next time, much love, peace, and wholeness. Thank you again.